body. My name is Amanda Wilkie, and I will be discussing the three main health effects of childhood obesity. Now, we've all seen them, those adorably chubby preschoolers with rolls on their thighs that you just want to squeeze. But did you know that those adorably chubby thighs could actually be setting that child up for a lifetime of obesity? According to an article on parenting.com, studies show that the more weight a child gains before the age of 2, the heavier they are likely to be as an older child and even as an adult. The American Academy of Pediatrics advises that all kids ages 2 and up have their BMI measured. BMI is body mass index, which is a number calculated from a person's weight and height. BMI is used as a screening tool to identify possible weight problems. If a child's BMI is above the 85th percentile for their age and sex, they are at risk of becoming overweight. If a child's BMI is above the 95th percentile for their age and sex, they are overweight or even obese. Obesity is having too much body fat. In 2010, more than 1/3 of children and adolescents were overweight or obese. Some of you have your own children that you need to worry about, while others are planning on having children in the future, so it is important for them to know how important it is to maintain a healthy weight for them. Some of you even have younger siblings, nieces, nephews, and even godchildren that this information could benefit. I've gathered my information from Parenting Magazine's website, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the United States Department of Health, just to name a few. I also have a 2-year-old daughter named Adriana, who was born 9 pounds 10 ounces and has been in the 95th percentile for her age and sex her entire life, putting her at risk of becoming overweight. There are quite a few health effects related to childhood obesity. I would like to discuss 3 of them: cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and breathing problems. Cardiovascular disease consists of 3 different diseases: coronary heart disease, heart failure, and cerebrovascular disease, commonly known as a stroke. According to the Department of Health, coronary heart disease is a reduction of blood flow due to the thickening and hardening of the arteries that supply the heart muscle. A complete cut-off of the blood supply results in the death of heart cells, resulting in a heart attack. When your heart muscle doesn't get enough oxygen, a common symptom is to feel pain or discomfort. This is called angina. When the heart is no longer capable to pump blood efficiently, heart failure occurs. When a blood vessel connected to your brain bursts or is clogged by a blood clot, a stroke will occur. Cardiovascular disease is not only the leading cause of death in New York State, but it is actually the leading cause of death in the entire United States of America. Some major risk factors include physical inactivity, poor diet, and being overweight or obese. Type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease go hand in hand because having diabetes is another major risk factor for cardiovascular disease. Type 2 diabetes was once known as adult onset diabetes, but as childhood obesity increases, it is affecting children more and more. Diabetes occurring in children was virtually always type 1 until 1980. With a significant increase in childhood obesity, up to 40% now have type 2 diabetes. When you have type 2 diabetes, your body either resists the effect of insulin or doesn't create enough to maintain normal glucose levels. Insulin is a hormone that regulates the movement of sugar into your cells. Glucose is a simple sugar that is an important energy source needed by all cells in our bodies. The risk factors are also being inactive, poor diet, and being overweight or obese. It is mainly managed by a healthy diet and exercise in order to lose weight. If left untreated, type 2 diabetes could cause death. Two common breathing problems related to obesity are asthma and sleep apnea. Asthma causes the airways of the lung to swell and narrow, making it very difficult to breathe. In sensitive people, asthma attacks can be triggered by allergens such as animals, dust, changes in weather, particularly colder weather, chemicals in the air or food, mold, pollen, stress, and tobacco smoke. Symptoms of asthma include coughing, shortness of breath, and wheezing. Asthma can make it difficult to exercise a lot, but it is possible to exercise at a moderate rate, and it is very much recommended. With weight gain, it becomes progressively more difficult to breathe as your weight increases. As people gain weight, majority complain of feeling tired. Yes, having the extra weight to carry around may be a cause for this, but you also may have developed sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a disease in which you have pauses in breathing while you sleep. It disrupts your deep sleep, putting you in a much lighter state of sleep, which makes it easy for you to wake and causes you to be much more tired. It causes irregular heartbeats while your oxygen is at an unsafe level. Upwards of 95% of people with sleep apnea are obese. Weight reduction is an effective treatment for sleep apnea. These three health effects start from being obese as a child. The children are developing heart disease and type 2 diabetes more often. It is up to the parents to teach their children healthy lifestyles, including good food choices and exercise. We must lead by example. Gaining knowledge on this subject helps you protect your children or young relatives. The next time you are in awe over how pinchable your own child's legs are, or someone else's that you care about, take into consideration their diet and exercise to be sure that they are not at risk of leading a life of obesity and health problems.